Raiders News sponsored by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Get the app today.
The Las Vegas man is one of several people lost at sea off the coast of Alaska. Tonight we hear from his mother after the Coast Guard calls off its search.
Stepping up resources for healing. 1 year after the UNLV tragedy, how thousands of students have asked for help. Plus, hundreds volunteering to make a difference.
Do not make the drive up to Valley of Fire before watching our report. The park is closed to all visitors right now. How long that shutdown will last and why state park officials say it is necessary.
We are local Las Vegas. Fox 5 News starts now.
Tonight we are hearing from the mother of a Las Vegas man lost at sea after his fishing boat capsized in the Gulf of Alaska. The U.S. Coast Guard suspended its search for the boat yesterday. E.J. Salaya is among the 5 people reported missing. The distress call came in around midnight on Sunday that a 50-foot fishing boat was overturning in rough seas. His mother, Melissa Salaya Chrisman, tells us her 34-year-old son just started a new career of commercial fishing, trying to provide for his wife and 2 young children. She just got to Alaska with her daughter-in-law and plans on talking to the Coast Guard tomorrow about their concerns.
It's the unknown that's killing us. It hurts. We wanted to meet with them to get a little bit more information about the safety, the regulations, why weren't there access to life jackets, not just the life suits, but the life jackets accessible faster enough. We also heard that his boat was too small to be going into that size of a storm. So those are concerns that we have as well.
7 cold water immersion suits were found in the water in the search area. Salaya leaves behind 2 young children. His family set up a GoFundMe page to raise money for his wife and mother to say their goodbyes in Alaska. His mother tells us she hopes she doesn't go home empty-handed.
If we can bring home remains, if he washes up ashore, we're ready to catch him, to take him home, because I feel I'm going home empty-handed, and we feel cheated right now, and it's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking as a mom.
Coast Guard crews searched an area of just over 100 square nautical miles. After nearly 24 hours, they suspended their search. A team of 24 counselors are ramping up efforts to help the UNLV community ahead of and during the memorial for the December 6th shooting. 3 professors were killed and 1 was injured when a gunman entered Beam Hall. Jacqueline joins us now with a look at the resources.
Now, early this year, we told you how counselors helped thousands of students work to return to campus for the spring semester in trying time. Almost a year later, they say students are resilient. They're open to ask for help and available mental health resources.
We've had over 13,000 counseling sessions have been provided to students. The students, are resilient and in many ways thriving. There's some of us still struggling with the challenges of the shooting and the impacts.
In the immediate weeks following the December 6th tragedy, a team of counselors stepped in to help thousands of students who sought counseling and support at UNLV's Wellness Center. Since then, they have helped thousands more.
And students were struggling with feeling fear returning to class in January. How did you help them through the fear?
So a big part of fear is to acknowledge that you're feeling it. Part of it is just take small steps. Maybe going in a building that was uncomfortable, we would encourage students to just go a little bit closer each day. Mindfulness exercises are really helpful. Everyone experiences trauma in different ways, and they recover in different ways.
Jamie Davidson, Associate Vice President for Student Wellness, says the team of 24 mental health professionals have ramped up resources leading up to the December 6th memorial and through finals week. The center offers group and individual counseling, psychiatric services, and telehealth. For a whole semester of unlimited sessions, it's $60.
Most adults can't afford mental health. Having it so accessible with cost, how does that make a world of a difference?
Students can access care when they need it, and they're not concerned about, can I afford this, or how much is my deductible going to be?
Many across campus are taking a step to help their peers for free. 1,700 people at UNLV have volunteered for training in mental health first aid.
You don't have to be a psychologist. You just have to be willing and have compassion. It makes such a big difference in the lives of students and colleagues.
UNLV continues to hire even more counselors, all to help provide even more resources to students. They say it is crucial students can access resources around the finals and the holidays for their mental health.
After working with the Resiliency and Justice Center, organizers have debuted a new holiday festival at the former site of the Route 91 Harvest Festival. Organizers say they chose that spot for Christmas on the Strip in an effort to create new memories at the site. And while the festival is a family-friendly event, organizers say they're also paying respects to the victims and survivors of 1 October and their families. They also say the community response to this event at the site has been positive.
We've gotten quite a few social media responses from Vegas Strong family members who are planning to come here on December 7th as part of some of their tour stops that they're going to be making. So they're very excited to come and participate.
Organizers also say that a portion of the proceeds from the event will be donated to the 1 October Memorial Fund. The Nevada Highway Patrol is pushing a bill to make road rage incidents a crime in the next legislative session. The bill would make engaging in road rage a misdemeanor. It defines the crime as assaulting a driver or passenger or recklessly driving to intimidate others following an incident on the road. The bill would also add fines and possible jail time for these incidents. Drivers could also lose their license or vehicle. It comes as Metro Police say they have seen a rise in road rage. In just the last few weeks, there were at least 2 road rage shootings, including one on the Strip that turned deadly. And last night, 2 pedestrians were hit while fighting in an intersection. Police say it was a possible road rage incident.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
All right, take a look at 67 degrees for our daytime high today, some 8 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year, even warmer for tomorrow. 52 degrees is our current temperature out there, and lack of winds of any significance for us. That continues tonight through tomorrow, and also through the end of the work week, even the weekend, we don't start to get some stronger winds, meaning above 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, until we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week. That's when some cooler air starts to make its way in. So here's what to expect. Wednesday, tomorrow, sky is clear, and we'll see much more sunshine tomorrow as those clouds are well off to the east of us that we saw today. So not much of a change other than that. Same temperature pretty much, a degree warmer, and also the same start temperature. So we'll stay above average through Sunday. Next week, as mentioned, the breeze returns with the cooler air. We'll show you what to expect with a great December weather through the end of the weekend, and then those changes ahead.
The most popular state park in southern Nevada is now closed, and that's taken some would-be visitors who made the trip out to Valley of Fire only to be turned away by surprise. Fox 5's Kim Passoff is here to tell us why the park is shut down during the most popular time of year and how long that closure will last.
Yeah, so the weather right now at Valley of Fire State Park is just about perfect to enjoy many of the trails that are closed off during the summer months because of the extreme heat. Right now, though, the entire park is closed to the public to make much needed improvements.
From the ancient petroglyphs at Atlatl Rock to the multicolored swirls of the Fire Wave to Instagram's darling, Mouse's Tank Road, and the herds of bighorn sheep often spotted there.
Red rocks just pop out of the landscape. It's inspiring for sure.
Valley of Fire State Park has boomed in popularity in recent years as iconic pictures from the park have been widely shared on social media.
Social media has really promoted the park more than we can keep up with.
The world-renowned 40,000-acre park, with its bright red, fire-like sandstone outcrops, now is the second most visited state park with more than 800,000 visitors last year, only behind Sand Harbor in Lake Tahoe, which welcomed more than 1 million people.
We have a couple wedding vendors that constantly use the park. It's a really beautiful spot and pretty unique in Nevada, so it just attracts so much attention.
It is also Nevada's oldest state park, opening back in 1934. These, some of the original cabins, and the infrastructure has not kept up with the surging demand. Main priorities, adding more restrooms and a new visitor center, which will require a new roadway. Work that needs to be done during the cooler months, which happen to be the park's most popular.
December, January, and February are usually our highest numbers.
For the last few months, the park has been trying to get the word out about the full closure on their website and social media accounts. Now until December 15th, both entrances will remain closed to all visitors, but that message has not reached everyone.
So people are showing up, unfortunately. It's just 2 weeks that we can't visit.
Yeah, so don't be one of those people who waste your time driving up there. While Valley of Fire is closed, visitors are encouraged to explore other nearby Nevada state parks, like the newest state park, Ice Age Fossils in North Las Vegas, or the Old Las Vegas Mormon Fort here in Vegas. In addition, visitors can also opt to visit national public lands instead, like Lake Mead National Recreation Area or Red Rock Canyon.
And the park supervisor also shared this with us, quoting here, "We understand this park closure may impact planned vacations to the area. However, completing these maintenance and improvement projects is essential to the park's preservation for future generations." Developers of the new A's Stadium are announcing a huge financial backing for the project. In a letter today, U.S. Bank and Goldman Sachs say they are prepared to lend up to $300 million to the project. It comes as the cost to build the new ballpark for the A's just went up. Yesterday, we reported the cost jumped from $1.5 to $1.75 billion. The Stadium Authority Board is set to meet this Thursday. Tonight, the Henderson City Council approved a resolution on a pilot program to trap, neuter, and return feral cats. The resolution creates a pilot program for 1 year beginning in January. Volunteers and community rescue groups will catch wild cats, neuter and vaccinate them for rabies, and then release them. The resolution also temporarily lifts certain city ordinances surrounding cats in the community. Those include rules on feeding stray animals and letting them roam. The resolution says the programs will not be funded by the city or involve city animal control officers and shelter staff. Henderson has no permanent trap, neuter, return program. The city says after the pilot program, it will consider making the program permanent. Happening tomorrow, the end of an era. Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman will pass the gavel to Shelley Berkeley when she is sworn in. The Las Vegas City Council will swear in Mayor-elect Shelley Berkeley and new council members at 9 a.m. This brings an end to 25 years of the Goodmans in the mayor's office. Carolyn Goodman took office in 2011. Before that, her husband Oscar Goodman held office since 1999. And recently, I had the chance to sit down with Carolyn Goodman about her career and legacy as Las Vegas's mayor. You can watch that interview now on fox5vegas.com.
The Golden Knights get defensive and avoid the oil spill. I'm Vince Sapienza inside T-Mobile Arena. Coming up, I'm going to show you how the guys in gold blanked the Edmonton Oilers. Plus, we're going to hear from the team.
Work during the coldest times of the year cuts down on the risk of wildfires during the hottest time. How crews in northern Nevada get it done.
You're watching Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Injured, hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Golden Knights return to their winning ways tonight. They shut out the Edmonton Oilers 1-0. Fox 5's Vince Sapienza joins us from T-Mobile Arena to show us how the guys in gold got it done.
After suffering their worst home loss in franchise history over the weekend, the Golden Knights bounced back in a big way, getting defensive, led by the Knights netminder. Let's hit the ice. Aiden Hill tending the twine for the guys in gold, but we start the other way, where Ivan Barbashev puts one on the Barbie. After getting stuck in their own end for a while, Barbashev breaks it out, tries to hit Eichel on the 2-on-1, but the puck comes right back to him, and he calls his own number. Lighting the lamp, it's 1-0 Knights after one. Jump to the second. No goals to show, but Hill did put on a show. Just 3 shots in the first, 9 more in the middle stanza, answering the bell for each one through 40 minutes. And as good as he was in the first 2 periods, Hill was even better in the third, making 16 saves in the final frame, backstopping the Knights to their 16th win of the season. Hill's 9th career shutout, 2nd of the year, a 1-0 victory.
I thought the guys bought in very well and understood that I think that's how you beat Edmonton, personally. We would like to have generated more offense, obviously, but you know, defensively we were solid, and Hilly was there when we needed him.
Next up for the Golden Knights, it's a 1-day, 1-game road trip in Anaheim on Wednesday night before returning to the Fortress for a Friday night fight here against the Dallas Stars. But that is the latest from T-Mobile Arena. I'm Vince Sapienza, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.
And don't miss Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Vince's in-depth look at all things on the ice, from the Knights, gold and silver, to the skating Rebs. That's tonight at midnight, right after Fox 5 News at 11. As UNLV football prepares for its biggest game ever this Friday, the Rebels are also moving up in the college football playoff rankings. The Rebels are now ranked 20th. That's up from 22nd last week. A win in the Mountain West Championship will likely put the Rebels in the college football playoffs. It's a newly expanded 12-team tournament to determine the national champion. The Rebels play Boise State this Friday. The college football playoff selection show is Sunday. And you can catch UNLV and Boise State this Friday right here on Fox 5. Pre-game coverage begins at 4 p.m. The game kicks off at 5 p.m. And our Paloma Villicana will be hitting the road with the Rebels, and she'll bring us coverage right here on Fox 5 News. In northern Nevada, wildland firefighters use the winter to help cut down on the wildfire risk through the hottest times of the year. Terry Russell from our sister station in Reno shows us how they get it done.
Depending on the winter conditions locally, you'll be hearing a lot of this sound. Let's hope such projects will prevent the sight and sound of this next summer. These wildland firefighters with Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District are real handy with the chainsaw. During the winter months, they use their skills in several ways. Here off the Mount Rose Highway, the work is on timber improvement projects, timber stand improvement, fuel reduction, and aspen restoration.
Wintertime projects, yep.
The projects are possible with the grant from the Southern Nevada Land Management Act. By helping down dead trees, or getting rid of fuels, or smaller trees which can catch taller trees on fire now, they may save themselves, the land, and even homes later, when and if a fire comes to this area. A look up the hill here, this area with trees adequately spaced apart and fuels taken off the ground, McInturf says it's perfect.
This is considered a shaded fuel break. The trees have the spacing, the ladder fuels are removed, so the fire stayed on the ground instead of getting in the canopy and being a running ground fire.
Down the road near Thomas Creek, firefighters with chainsaws are clearing the areas around power poles. This project, in cooperation with NV Energy, has been going on for 5 years now.
It's going to take less time for us to come in and do this than it would for NV Energy to come back through and install a whole new pole.
Perkins says they are responsible for about 30 feet around the pole. It can take 15 to 30 minutes to complete. There are thousands of poles throughout Nevada where this needs to be done. Perkins says once they've completed all the poles they are assigned, they will start all over again. While such projects have firefighters looking to the months ahead, knowing the work they do now will have an impact on their actual firefighting efforts next summer, they still get questions about the past.
And fire officials say the causes of the Davis fire and Callahan fire near Reno are still under investigation. A report may not be released until next year.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
Warm one today based on that average high, which has dropped to 59 degrees, 67 degrees our daytime high today. We'll be warmer tomorrow, so this great December weather continues. Expect to see more sun tomorrow also. And also the same light winds that we've been enjoying for the last stretch of days. We know now when that looks to come to an end. Right now, temperatures out there at the top of the 11 o'clock hour, 52 degrees in Las Vegas, 47 Henderson Executive Airport, 49 Nellis Air Force Base, 53 North Las Vegas, Pahrump at 46 and 55 in Boulder City. So just a few clouds still left out there, and that is going to slow down that cool down for us, but still expect 47 degrees for a morning start tomorrow. Same temperature we started at this morning. Calm conditions in many locations, just not a lot of wind out there, and that continues for the next several days. Even through the weekend with the lack of any significant winds, the upper elevations by Friday start to see a little bit of a breeze, but nothing significant. 47 degrees to start in Las Vegas tomorrow, same temperature we had for this morning. 46 in Boulder City, 43 for Henderson and also Nellis Air Force Base, 37 in Pahrump, 44 in Mesquite, 57 degrees in Laughlin. So let's take a look at your satellite and radar. Not a lot to point out, just the clear skies that are moving towards us for the overnight and also for tomorrow. That's going to bump up our temperature in the afternoon by just 1 degree, 67 degrees for the last couple of afternoons. For tomorrow, we'll see 68 degrees. Some areas will see low 70s around the Las Vegas area, especially those sides, the east side of the Las Vegas Valley, I should say. We'll see those warmer temperatures. Here are your winds for tomorrow afternoon. Really not much to show you, just some light winds as we head through your Wednesday afternoon. Get through Thursday afternoon, more of the same, but then on Friday, some of the upper elevations start to see a little bit of some air movement out there by the time we get to the afternoon. Your forecast high for tomorrow, 68 degrees with fewer clouds and wind on the lighter side. Here is your first alert calendar. Not much to change our weather until we get to next week with the breezy conditions Monday, Tuesday to 25 miles an hour for both of those days and a slight chance of showers by the 15th on Sunday in the middle of the month. But other than that, not a lot going on for us, and that's kind of the way we like it. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. 68 tomorrow, 67s, then 64, and then that's that temperature drop Monday and Tuesday with breezy conditions and morning start temperatures right around 40 degrees for Monday and Tuesday.
Demopolis Law is the firm you can trust. Visit us at legalelite.com.
Santa Claus made a special toy delivery to local children tonight. It's a little early for his reindeer, so Santa arrived by helicopter at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway as part of the Speedway Children's Charities grant ceremony. Organizers say hundreds of gifts were given out through the organization's toy drive. It also awarded more than $500,000 to 83 local charities. Tonight's event was in partnership with Speedway Children's Charities and Maverick Helicopters. A standoff of nearly 2 days ended with the suspect's death in a torn-apart home. Tonight, we're learning more about what went on behind the scenes of the SWAT situation. A Chinese national living in California faces federal charges when he's accused of smuggling to North Korea.
Hello! With e-inspection, Meineke checks mein Auto and sends photos of the parts that need work. There are rarely any surprises. So I added a few. Surprise! Their report tells me which parts are good now and which will need work in the future. You see exactly what they see. I got you. You did. I got you good. I only trust Meineke with Meineke.
We are local Las Vegas. Fox 5 News starts now.
Metro Police shared more details and video of a shootout between an officer and a sex assault suspect on Friday night. They say the suspect fired his gun first and then the officer shot him in the hip before he got away. Police were called to a neighborhood at Christie and Bonanza for a kidnapping and sex assault with a firearm. Officers tried to stop the suspect's car, but he took off. 33-year-old Metro officer Marcos Gomez and his partner later spotted the car and followed until it crashed into a tree on Las Vegas Boulevard in Owens. The suspect, 54-year-old Jaime Mendoza, ran out of the car and Officer Gomez started chasing him on foot. Police say Mendoza then fired one round at Officer Gomez, who fired 4 rounds back, hitting Mendoza in the hip.
Now, as you can see to the left of the screen, that flash of light is operated by our Officer Gomez. It'll quickly pan out and you'll see a shaded area here to the right of the screen, and shortly here you'll see a muzzle flash, and that is the flash from Mendoza firing at Officer Gomez.
Mendoza got away and was finally found and arrested on Sunday. He faces several charges, including attempted murder on a first responder, kidnapping, and sexual assault with a deadly weapon. Police also say the officer's body camera malfunctioned right before the shooting, and they're investigating why that happened. Metro Police say they will release more body cam videos from the deadly officer-involved shooting of a man in his own home. On November 12th, Metro responded to reports of an intruder in a home in the area near Sunset and Eastern. The initial body cam footage released shows Officer Alexander Bookman shooting at Brandon Durham. Durham's family says Bookman was not in danger when the officer fired at him. Durham did die from his injuries. The district attorney's office says it's reviewing the case. Durham's family wants Officer Bookman held accountable, and more body cam footage will likely help in the DA's review. The intruder involved in all this, Alejandro Boudreau, is in jail on $1 million bail. Fox 5 has covered this case extensively, and we've shared 911 calls and other information from Metro Police. You can go to fox5vegas.com to learn more. A man sentenced to death for the killing of his ex-girlfriend here in Las Vegas has refused to show up for his own sentencing hearing earlier today. Robert Brown did not show up to court, citing that he could not be guilty because of his religion. A jury sentenced him to the death penalty. He was convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend, Nicole Nick, in 2012, and he was also found guilty of attempting to kill Nick's 4-year-old niece and elderly mother. Brown was arrested in Los Angeles in 2014. Brown's legal team says they will file an appeal. A Chinese national living in Southern California is accused of buying and shipping illegal weapons to North Korea. He's now in custody and facing charges. Joy Benedict has more.
A shocking sight on this street in Ontario. FBI agents and other law enforcement coming in and out of this home on Cornwall Street.
I didn't realize, there have crazy people living around us.
Neighbors are in disbelief, not only by the agents or the fact that security video captured their neighbor in handcuffs, but what the U.S. attorney says happened, that the man living here is accused of dealing arms illegally to North Korea.
You hear about that stuff in the news, but we never thought that we would see something like that.
I couldn't even imagine how he could purchase a weapon and send it to another country.
According to the U.S. attorney in a criminal complaint filed last week, Shinhwa Win was contacted by North Korean individuals living in China in 2022 and asked to purchase and export firearms through the port of Long Beach to Hong Kong, intended for North Korea.
The North Korean officials sent Mr. Wen at least $2 million to pay for obtaining these materials and also to pay for the shipping costs.
Court documents also state these men from North Korea paid for Win to start a business to purchase the weapons here in the United States.
Mr. Wen bought a business. It was called Super Armory. It was a federal firearms licensee, and he paid $150,000 for it. It was licensed in the state of Texas. He would then take these materials, often from the state of Texas, drive them over to California before taking them to the ports and shipping them.
Investigators say Wynn admitted to making 2 shipments last year, and they found more than 50,000 rounds of ammunition in his home this fall.
And one of these shipments was labeled a refrigerator. Another was labeled as camera parts.
Court documents state that Wynn is a Chinese national who entered the United States in 2012 on a student visa which expired a year later. Investigators say he was arrested by Homeland Security and ordered to be removed from the U.S. in 2018. As agents continue to search for evidence, these neighbors are just glad Wynn was caught.
It makes us sleep better at night, though, too, knowing that these people are arrested and being taken care of.
Wynn is charged with conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. It's a felony, and if convicted, he faces 20 years in federal prison. A nominee for the new Trump administration is withdrawing his name from consideration. Over the weekend, President-elect Trump tapped Chad Chronister as the head of the Drug Enforcement Agency. Chronister is the sheriff of Hillsborough County, Florida, and today he withdrew his name. He says he still has work to do in Florida and wants to fulfill initiatives that he started. The administrator of the DEA must be confirmed by the Senate after being nominated by the president. Tonight, we're learning what went on behind the scenes of a nearly 2-day standoff in Henderson. That standoff in April ended with the suspect's death and part of a townhome in Cadence torn apart. Fox 5's Joe Vigil read over the Henderson police incident report. He has the new information.
The report says this all started with an FBI attempting to contact and arrest Trevor Cooper for various felony crimes related to kidnapping investigation, which documents say included sexual assault charges. But a Henderson police incident report indicates Cooper wasn't going to go quietly when pressured by police to give up. This is what the townhome near Cadence off Galleria looks like today, torn apart by authorities during the April SWAT situation. A Henderson incident report obtained by Fox 5 says suspect Trevor Cooper was found dead in an attic space, and while the report says he fired shots and police fired back at one point, the Henderson incident report says he wasn't killed by gunfire, but by a lethal combination of drugs, including oxycodone and fentanyl. The report says the manner of death was suicide. The Henderson police incident report says Cooper ended up at the townhome when he asked a friend he met at a jiu-jitsu gym if he could crash here. And while that person and the townhome's owner were leery about letting him stay, they agreed after doing a background check on him, but said the stay would only be for just a week. Now, according to the report, during the day of the barricade, Cooper told his roommate the cops were there. That roommate, who got out of the home, told police Trevor had an AR-15, body armor, 1,000 rounds of ammo, and was willing to shoot it out with the cops and commit suicide by cop. During the incident, a police negotiator said he wanted to help Trevor, but Trevor said, "Let's not waste each other's time. Do you want to shoot me now or in 12 hours?" Documents also reveal that before the barricade, Cooper did some internet searches about life insurance, wondering how long after life insurance does policy have to pay, and wanted to know, where can I sell my body parts on black market? How much are human organs worth? The incident report says Trevor's mother was talking to him on the phone, trying to convince him to give up. His roommate, who we mentioned earlier, predicted a horrible outcome, telling Trevor before he walked out of the home, "This doesn't end well if you do this." The incident report doesn't mention anything about the decision to tear down part of the townhome that we could read anyway. Many parts of the report are redacted, but as we've reported, a report from North Las Vegas Police says Henderson Police made the call for North Las Vegas Police to break down the garage door with a Bearcat. That report says they were unable to find the suspect in the townhome after searching with multiple drones.
Fox 5 requested the Henderson police report shortly after the April incident, but just got it recently. The city of Henderson told us multiple times the case was still open and couldn't close it until it received the official autopsy report from the coroner's office. We also filed a public records request to get the coroner's report. We later found out the coroner's report showed it was signed by the coroner's office in June. Many people look for seasonal jobs during the holidays, and scammers are trying to take advantage of that. The Better Business Bureau says 65% of fake online job postings involve package reshipping opportunities. The imposter employer sends packages to you, you inspect the contents for damage, and then rewrap it as a present, repack it, and then ship it off to a new address. Rhonda Metler with the Southern Nevada Better Business Bureau says this should raise alarm bells. Metler points out legitimate companies typically use major shipping companies like the U.S. Postal Service, UPS, and FedEx.
You have no idea what that person is doing with these packages that they're being sent. You don't know if these packages that you're being sent are stolen or not. You just don't know anything about them.
The imposters often disappear once the job is done and you never get paid. Metler recommends ignoring unsolicited job offers and report listings like this one. We have information on the type of scam on our website, fox5vegas.com. Nevada has one of the fastest growing senior populations in the country. Hundreds of thousands of Nevadans care for older parents, spouses, or loved ones. But for some caregivers, the job can be challenging at times. Fox 5's Alexis Fernandez has details on the free resources available at the Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health.
For the past 2.5 years, Laura Berger has been caring for her mother, 84-year-old Rosemarie. She calls it a 24/7 labor of love.
I had to give up everything to take care of my mom. I just try to give her as much comfort and love and patience as I can on a daily basis.
Rosemarie has Alzheimer's, a type of dementia that slowly causes memory loss.
We had no preparation for this disease at all.
Berger turned to the Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health Caregiving program.
I didn't even know how I was going to be able to do this. And through classes and everything, it changed my whole life.
The center offers a free library and various programs. Berger recently helped create a caregiver gift guide.
We need help with knowing that we're taken care of.
It outlines ways caregivers can be supported to help prevent burnout.
Just being able to have time alone and know that she's okay.
According to the Alzheimer's Association, there are 55,000 Nevadans currently living with Alzheimer's, with 84,000 more serving as unpaid family caregivers.
We have the third fastest aging population in the country, so it's imperative we really look to our family caregivers and how we're supporting them.
Dr. Lucille Carrier, the Angie Ruvo Caregiving Chair, says it's never too late to get help.
We're so fortunate to be able to offer to our patients as well as to those in the community several no-cost therapeutic programs.
So patients and caregivers can feel supported.
That has such bearing on the lives and the quality of life of the loved ones that they're caring for.
Alexis Fernandez, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
And to date, more than 116,000 visits have been made to the Lou Ruvo Center's caregiving program. It's been more than a year since a hurricane damaged Mount Charleston. The community has been rebuilding ever since. We take a closer look at their progress.
And your daytime highs for tomorrow. Into the 70s for some neighborhoods as we warm up to 68 degrees officially in Las Vegas, 74 the expected high in Laughlin. Great December weather for the end of the week and the weekend before things change. We'll show you how coming up.
Nevada is one of dozens of states possibly impacted by an expanded cucumber recall. The FDA is warning about a salmonella outbreak linked to the vegetable. It's the latest food recall issued in just the last few months. Jonathan Siri has more.
The list of food recalls keeps growing. A salmonella outbreak forced Arizona-based Sun-Fed Produce to remove some whole cucumbers from the shelves due to possible contamination. The CDC says the recall has expanded to 2 more companies and spans more than 24 states. It comes as Costco recalls 10,000 cartons of organic eggs, also due to salmonella concern.
We're seeing more and more that have either contamination with E. coli, salmonella or listeria, and they're scary.
While consumers can typically protect themselves by cooking food properly, public health officials say it's harder with fresh produce.
The reason it's harder is these bacteria are sticky, but it's that running water and then using a clean paper towel to dry it, because that friction is what will get those sticky bacteria off.
Similar recalls have recently been issued due to E. coli concerns linked to some organic carrots and onions. And the FDA shows an uptick in recalls for food and cosmetics, more than 1,900 for the 2024 fiscal year. The agency says the country's food supply remains safe, but consumer watchdogs are calling for higher testing standards.
More of it was being caught before it ever got out to you and me in the grocery store and in restaurants. We wouldn't see the recalls.
The good news, the CDC says an E. coli outbreak linked to onions served at McDonald's has ended. There have been 104 illnesses across 14 states, including 1 death. Today, Metro police officers spoke to the community to share more about ongoing efforts to help homeless people in Las Vegas. Officers spoke to fellow officers and community members at the South Central Metro substation about what they're doing to help the unhoused. Today's event is part of Metro's First Tuesday series. Each month, a different Metro substation lets the community inside for a closer look at its operations. It's one of Sheriff Kevin McMahill's initiatives to inject humanity into every interaction police officers have.
What we do is we want to make sure that it's not just Metro, but also the community that is aware of what services are actually out there, what works, how can we connect people with the right places. That's going to make sure that they're connected to get an ID, a meal for the night.
Las Vegas Metro currently has the More and Hot teams to help address homelessness in the city. Officer Baron Bybee on the homeless outreach team says not all officers may be aware of the services available to unhoused people. He says it's part of the team's job to connect area commands and its officers with the resources and knowledge to help people in the community. Tropical Storm Hillary flooded roads and devastated neighborhoods on Mount Charleston more than a year ago. Since then, the community has been rebuilding. And only on Fox 5, our Les Krufiten spoke in depth with one woman living on the mountain about how the area has changed since the storm.
Jeannie Ham, you're a resident up here at Old Town at Mount Charleston. I came up here about a week and a half ago, and I was in awe of how things have changed here after that disaster that happened in August of 2023, when that remnants of the hurricane blew through here. Pretty amazing how it's changed.
I'll tell you, we love our new road. If it took a hurricane to get our road paved, it might be worth it.
Well, when you think about the damage that was done around here, how did it impact you?
For me, we didn't get much damage in our house. We didn't have electricity for 3 days. We didn't have water for 3 months, and that was the hardest part.
Not having water for 3 months must have just almost killed you, because I mean that's a basic necessity.
Right. So what we did what all our neighbors did. We set up a tank and a pump and pumped it into our house, and the firefighters brought us water every 3 days or so.
Tell me about some of the other neighbors around here who had damage. There was some significant damage here.
Yes. Well, my neighbors across the street moved out because their house was damaged, and if we go down farther, they put in a concrete trowel for the next flood, about 3 houses down, just in case.
And as you look at here today, now you have this paved road. How nice is that? Because I remember when I was here, and this was just so badly damaged. To have this paved now, something you guys haven't had for a while.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. We aren't going to be plowed this year because we lost our school,
right,
and they're blaming the hurricane, even though there's no damage to that school that we know of. So if there's no school, they won't plow our road because it's private.
So what's going to happen to you?
We're going to try to get our neighbors together and figure out a plan for, maybe I'll pitch in to have someone plow it, because if the ambulances can't get in, the fire trucks can't get in, the garbage trucks can't get through, the propane tank trucks can't get through, and we can't get out, it's going to be a problem.
Well, these are all necessities of life.
Yes, but the county refuses to plow.
Really?
Yes. We thought after the flood that they would take over. They would figure out some way to take over this road, and they haven't.
While neighborhoods are rebuilding, some trails on the mountain have remained closed because of the damage, with no time estimate on when they could reopen.
Now, your local Las Vegas weather.
All right, so here are the temperatures that we'll see for tomorrow, and they are warmer than what we've seen for the last couple of days, and that's because of the sunshine out there for tomorrow. We'll see more sunshine for us than what we've seen in the last few days. Here is what we saw today, 67 degrees. Tomorrow, you saw that 68-degree daytime high. Thanks to more sunshine out there and still the same great December weather we've been enjoying, expected for us for the next couple of days, few days, as a matter of fact. 47 degrees where we start for tomorrow. Here are right now temperatures, 52 degrees in Las Vegas, right around 50 degrees for Henderson and also Nellis Air Force Base, North Las Vegas at 53, 45 in Pahrump and 54 degrees in Boulder City. Right now, winds non-existent. We don't really see any significant winds popping up until we get into next week. So this means a little bit of a breeze by the time we get into your Friday and possibly your weekend also, but nothing significant on par with those 20, 25 mile an hour gusts or higher that we typically see roll through here every couple of days. So calm conditions, if not just single-digit wind speeds out there for us for the next several days. Forecast lows will start at 47 degrees tomorrow. That's where we started this morning. 57 in Laughlin, 44 Mesquite, 37 degrees in Pahrump. Satellite radar with the clear skies that are moving in for us over the course of the next several hours for us. So much more sunshine expected tomorrow for your Wednesday. And those temperatures will increase as a result in the afternoon. Here's your future track with those winds on Wednesday. Not much going on for tomorrow afternoon, not much going on for your Thursday afternoon either. But we'll start to see a little bit of a breeze by the time we get into your Friday in the afternoon and evening, only about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So check out your daytime high tomorrow, 68 degrees for us. And that temperature will be well above where we should be for this time of the year. In fact, it looks like 9 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. Here's your first alert calendar. Not showing much over the next couple of weeks. Breezy at times Monday, Tuesday. That'll be our wind increase with some cooler temperatures, then a slight shower chance by the middle of the month. Here is your 7-day forecast, which shows those great temperatures for tomorrow and beyond. 68, then 67, 64s. And then that cooler air gets here in the form of 50-degree temperatures as highs, 58 Monday, 56 on Tuesday, with a chilly morning start at 38 degrees on Tuesday.
Take 5 to Care is sponsored by Finley Subaru of Las Vegas and Walker Furniture.
Join Fox 5 on Saturday for the Las Vegas Great Santa Run. It's all happening at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. It benefits Opportunity Village. Register early to make sure you get your spot and Santa suit. Just go to fox5vegas.com for more info and registration.
starting from scratch is a family tradition at Jerry's Nugget. We use only the finest and freshest ingredients, then cook and prepare them deliciously. For there is no love more sincere than the love of good food. At Jerry's Nugget, starting from scratch is not novelty. It's our passion.
Jerry's Nugget Casino, your kind of place.
Hit by a drunk driver? Help is here.
The new year is almost here, and the Plaza Hotel and Casino is celebrating a fireworks show on New Year's Eve. This is video from years past during the show. The hotel says it will be the only live fireworks show in downtown Las Vegas to ring in 2025. And here's a look at where the rest of the fireworks will be happening up and down the Strip. Always a great time, and it's not too far away. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Thanks for watching Fox 5 News. Watch us live wherever you are, on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Raiders News, sponsored by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Get the app today.